All movies have some degree of the shock value in them. They need to keep viewers engaged after all. However, some movies across the ages have taken the shock value too far. Welcome to our channel, and today we'll be presenting you with our countdown of the 10 most shocking moments in movies. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to turn notifications on for more videos like this one. Without further ado, let's begin. 10th place. Sophie wasn't real. The Joker. We are kicking off our list with a relatively recent movie, The Joker. Explaining the uber-popular Batman's arch-enemy's backstory and origins, The Joker tells us the story of a man named Arthur Fleck who starts descending into madness and villainy as the movie unfolds. He works as a clown by day and a stage comedian by night, though his career as a comedian ultimately fails and he becomes depressed due to being unable to afford therapy. One of the most heartwarming things in an already grim crime thriller is the Joker's romantic relationship with a woman named Sophie. Or at least it is until it's chillingly revealed that his relationship with Sophie is completely fake and is all in his head too. This is shocking for viewers because it basically confirms that Arthur has already gone down the slippery slope of sanity by the time this surprising twist is revealed. 9th place. Psycho. Janet's death. Despite its age, Psycho still remains as one of Hitchcock's most shocking movies ever released. What makes it shocking is that, being a slasher, one would expect the leading lady to survive to the end of the film. Hitchcock had her killed before the 30 minutes mark in a very disturbing shower scene, which is what earned this movie a place on this list. What makes it even more powerful is that the scene isn't even explicit, leaving the horrors being inflicted upon Janet Leigh to the viewer's imagination and possible nightmares. 8th place. The Sixth Sense. Crow was dead all along. If there's someone who told you that they weren't surprised by M. Night Shyamalan's twist ending, they lied to you. This was the movie that established Shyamalan as a surprise ending aficionado, and with good reason. It's basically a movie about Bruce Willis playing Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist attending patient Cole Sear, a 9-year-old boy who can apparently speak to the dead and see ghosts walking around like the living, though he's unaware that they are dead. Though Malcolm at first believes that Cole is delusional, it turns out that he actually does have a sixth sense, one that's used to see Crow, who was dead all along. 7th place. Alien. Alien chest burster scene. The next scene in our list is the chest burster scene from Alien. This is by far the goriest scene on this list and one of the most shocking moments in a sci-fi movie. After the facehugger detached itself from Kane, he had impregnated him with a very dangerous parasite. However, the facehugger detached itself, and then they were lulled into a false sense of security when Kane shows up in the Nostromo's dining room until the baby xenomorph rips out of Kane's chest. 6th place. Luke, I Am Your Father. The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back was released back in 1980, yet one particular scene in the movie was so shocking that it mutated into the realm of pop culture canon and even to this day is constantly referenced by current works. We're talking about the iconic I Am Your Father scene when Vader reveals to Luke that he's actually Anakin Skywalker, his father. The movie in general was so popular that it's regarded as a rare example of a sequel even better than the original. 5th place. Quint's death. Jaws. In the next place of our list we have Jaws, a movie ripe with many gory and shocking moments, also known as the first major motion picture to be shot on the ocean. Quint's death is another shocking moment in the history of cinema, causing many a fan to scream in horror upon listening to his desperate attempts to survive Jaws' attack, and more so considering the sound of Jaws' teeth penetrating his bones. If that wasn't enough to make you scream, then the next places in our list might be just the jump scare you need. 4th place. It Was Earth All Along. Planet of the Apes. With Taylor crashing on a mysterious planet dominated by a race of highly evolved apes, Planet of the Apes doesn't make his life easy. He gets separated from his crew and has to deal with being rendered mute due to a shot in the throat, being captured and taken back to the Apes pre-industrial city. However, the true shock comes not from the fact that the planet is dominated by advanced apes, rather that the planet itself is actually Earth, shown when Taylor discovers the fragmented remains of the Statue of Liberty lying on the beach. Third place, Crucifix Scene, The Exorcist. In the third spot of our list, we have The Exorcist. Known as one of the most terrifying horror movies ever made, The Exorcist was released nearly 40 years ago and still manages to shock unwary audiences. The Exorcist was groundbreaking as a film because it's one of the few horror films of its time that didn't need to rely on cheap jump scares to scare audiences. In fact, it's precisely its lack of them in comparison with other horror films that makes it such a masterpiece. Its outstanding makeup effects and shocking imagery come to a climax when Regan, possessed by a demon, begins violating herself with a crucifix. Yep, you've probably watched this movie more than once already, but if you haven't, that's one of the most shocking moments ever seen in horror and in filmmaking in general. Second place, Home Invasion, A Clockwork Orange. Next up, we have A Clockwork Orange, one of the most controversial Kubrick films of its time because of its ultra-violence and anti-heroic main character, Alex DeLarge, in dystopian London. The infamous Singin' in the Rain scene is the shocking moment we've placed here, in which Alex DeLarge and company invade the home of an elderly writer and brutalize him whilst singing and dancing to the Gene Kelly number Singin' in the Rain. The scene was so shocking that the novel's author, yes, you heard us right, the author, Anthony Burgess, and his wife had to walk out of a preview screening themselves. Even the source material's author was shook by the violence. First place, Asami's Final Kill, Audition. And in the final spot of our list, we have Audition by Japanese horror director Takashi Miike. Audition is a tense movie, though definitely not as scary as The Exorcist or any other shocking horror film you've probably seen. It's the final scene in the movie that makes it so terrifying. We have female antagonist and serial killer Asami perform one of the goriest and shocking tortures ever displayed on cinema, involving ankle screws and piano wire to sever his limbs and needles in the eyes. Yep, it's as terrifying as it seems to be, and perhaps a little bit more. That's precisely why it garnered its place in this list. Do you remember any of these particular moments? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.